Welcome to Civil Services Achievers Point. We are discussing today the Assam Tribune of 8 September 2020. At Civil Services Achievers Point, we have various courses we are offering. To avail the courses, you can call at the number given below. Also, you can follow us on the social media platforms. So this Assam Tribune analysis is based on the new pattern of APSC. However, this is also useful for UPSC and other state level government examinations. These are the news articles which we are covering from today's Assam Tribune. We will also cover the important editorials. So students, let us begin with our today's current affairs session. So beginning with the news articles of today's Assam Tribune, the first article, Assam with 85.9%, that is fifth most literate state in the overall literacy rate in the country is 77.7%. Now this topic we can study under two topics. One is paper general studies, two paper topic governance, and also the Assam GS paper, that is the general studies on Assam paper topic governance of Assam. Now the background is that Assam has emerged as the fifth most literate state in the country, while Kerala with 96.2% literacy rate is the most literate state in the country. So Assam is fifth most literate state in the country and Kerala is the most literate state with 96.2% literacy rate. Andhra Pradesh featured at the bottom of the list with a literacy rate of 66.4%, and this is showed on a report based on National Statistical Office NSO survey. The report titled Household Social Consumption Education in India as part of 75th round of National Sample Survey from July 2017 to June 2018 provides for state-wise detail of literacy rate among the persons aged 7 years and above. And according to this study, after Kerala, the next best literacy rate is of Delhi at 88.7%, then followed by Uttarakhand 87.6%, then Himachal Pradesh at fourth place 86.6%, and Assam at fifth place with 85.9%. On the other hand, Rajasthan is just above Andhra Pradesh with literacy rate at 69.7%. The study has shown that overall literacy rate in the country is 77.7%. So these data are very crucial from our exam point of view. Students, please make a note of it. The survey showed that male literacy rate is higher than female. In Kerala, for example, the male literacy rate is 97.4% compared to 95.2% among females. And among persons of age 15 to 29 years, nearly 24% in rural areas and 56% in urban areas were able to operate a computer. So computer literacy is also checked. Now coming to our next topic, this is a very important news article. Assam state to constitute Rajyik Shiksha Ayog under the National Education Policy, and this topic we are studying under the General Studies on Assam topic governance. Governor of Assam, Professor Jagdish Mukhi, has constituted a committee of vice chancellors to study ways and means and suggest timelines and strategies for the implementation of National Education Policy 2020 in higher education sector in Assam. So, the further Professor Mukhi said that the committee already constituted by him had its first meeting and provided a series of recommendations. The governor has further said that considering the National Education Policy NEP 2020, the first of its kind to Indianize the Indian education system in 34 years, a Rajyik Shiksha Ayog would be constituted in Assam for the implementation of the recommendations of MEP NEP 2020. The governor also said that since multidisciplinary approach is the cornerstone of NEP, steps will be taken to convert the existing colleges in the state along with giving them autonomy in a phased manner. The governor also shared that in the institutions of higher education, research on important and socially relevant cutting edge areas will be promoted along with encouraging bilingual and multilingual teachings in schools. So these are some of the steps taken by the Assam government. Now the next important topic is that UNICEF to lead global supply of COVID vaccines. Paper General Studies 2, General Studies 2, topic International Relations. UNICEF has announced that it will be leading the procurement and supply of coronavirus vaccines to ensure that all countries have safe, fast and equitable access to initial doses of vaccine. The United Nations Children's Fund, that is UNICEF, is the world's largest single vaccine buyer, procuring more than 2 billion doses of various vaccines annually for routine immunization and outbreak response on behalf of nearly 100 countries. UNICEF will also serve as procurement coordinator to support purchases by 80 higher income economies which have expressed their intent to participate in the COVAX facility and would finance the vaccines from their own budgets. The vaccine procurement and distribution effort involving over 170 economies has the potential to become the world's largest and fastest ever operation of its kind. UNICEF will also undertake these efforts in close collaboration and coordination with the World Health Organization, Gavi, the Vaccine Alliance, the Coalition for Epidemic Preparedness Innovations, the World Bank, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation and other partners. The next important topic is that India successfully test fires hypersonic technology demonstrator vehicle and India joins a select group of countries. So this is a very important topic and this topic will be studied under the General Studies 3 paper topic technology. So the background is that India has successfully tested the indigenously developed hypersonic technology demonstration vehicle, joining a select group of countries having the capability to develop the next generation hypersonic cruise missiles. And it was developed by the Defense Research and Development Organizations, DRDO, which will help India develop futuristic space assets like long-range missile systems and aerial platforms. The hypersonic technology demonstration vehicle HSTDV is capable of powering missiles to attain a speed of around Mach 6 or 6 times the speed of sound. Also, it is said that it is only a very few countries like USA, Russia and China have such capability. The HSTDV operates on a scramjet engine as against the ramjet engine which is used on most missiles. So the engine is used this scramjet engine. So this point is important because APSC may ask a prelims based question or UPSC may ask a prelims based question and they may give either this scramjet or ramjet engine. So this point should be noted by students. Now coming to the next topic, RBI broadly accepts Kamat panel recommendations on loan restructuring parameters specified for 26 sectors. Now this topic we are studying under the General Studies 3 paper, Economic Development. Now the background is that the Reserve Bank had announced the constitution of a panel under the chairmanship of veteran banker K.V. Kamath to make recommendations on the required financial parameters to be factored under the resolution framework for COVID-19 related stress. And the Reserve Bank has specified 5 financial ratios and sector specific thresholds for resolution of COVID-19 related stressed assets in 26 sectors, including auto components, aviation and tourism. The lenders, that is the banks, can take into account 5 specific financial ratios and the sector specific thresholds for each ratio in respect of 26 sectors while finalizing the resolution plans. And these key financial ratios suggested by the Kamath committee are total outside liabilities or adjusted tangible net worth, total debt or EBITDA, current ratio, which is current assets divided by current liabilities, debt service coverage ratio DSCR, and average debt service coverage ratio ADSCR. The 26 sectors specified by the RBI include, among others, automobiles, power, tourism, cement, chemicals, gems and jewelry, logistic, mining, manufacturing, real estate and shipping, etc. So this is a very important development. Students, please make a note of this topic so that if any question comes in the exam, we may answer them correctly. The next important article is that RBI to set up innovation hub for finance sector. So this topic we will study under the General Studies 3 paper, topic Economic Development. The Reserve Bank of India, RBI, is in the process of setting up an innovation hub which will focus on future technology in the financial services space. So detailed guidelines are expected very soon. RBI Executive Director said that Innovation Hub is one of the things that we are trying out, where we are looking at actually creating ideation, creating ideas to evolve technologies. RBI is in the process of setting up an innovation hub. RBI has released a framework for setting up umbrella entities for operating pan-India retail payment system. Among other things, the umbrella entity will be permitted to operate clearing and settlement systems for banks and non-banks, identify and manage relevant risks such as settlement, credit, liquidity and operational, and preserve the integrity of the system. So now we are beginning with the important editorials of today's Assam Tribune newspaper. The first editorial topic is the regional languages. Now this editorial we will study under the topic General Studies on Assam, subtopic the paper General Studies on Assam, topic governance. It is a welcome note that state government has decided to work for the development of the languages of all the ethnic groups. The Directorate for Bodo and other ethnic languages has been recently opened. The Directorate is an offshoot of the Bodo Accord. For long, the Bodo groups have been demanding the setting up of a directorate exclusively for the Bodo language. A long-standing demand of the Bodos have been met. A conscious effort is a must to promote and preserve the indigenous languages and dialects which are on the verge of extinction. Language holds the key in preserving, developing and promoting the literature of all the ethnic groups of the state. However, a significant number of students in the state are unable to read and write in their mother tongue, and the challenge is with the prevailing education system. The National Education Policy, which was recently approved by the government, has laid down guidelines on making mother tongue or the local or regional language as medium of instruction in schools until grade 5, the NAP makes it clear that all efforts will be made early on to ensure that any gap that exists between the language spoken by a child and medium of instruction is bridged. So the national education policy will make efforts to ensure that any gap between the language spoken by a child and the medium of instruction is bridged. Using the language of the child is most comfortable with in the early school years improves the learning outcomes. In the developed nations, the teaching of the local language has been made mandatory. So, for example, in the schools of the Netherlands, the teaching of Dutch is compulsory. So now the Directorate for Bodo and other ethnic languages must work to fulfill the task which it has been assigned, and that will ensure that the ethnic languages of the state gets all the necessary support for their protection and development. So students, this is today's Assam Tribune analysis. I hope this class was helpful. So please make a note of the important points mentioned in this class, so that if any question comes in examination, we can answer them correctly. Thank you for watching this class. Thank you.